Well, hello and welcome to another Wellness Wednesday with Michelle. I'm very excited that you're here, and this will be recorded, so those that couldn't make it, just make sure you watch the replay. And you can always comment after with any questions. So today it's a new year, woohoo! And with every new year, we can rebuild a new you. And so this is the time for us to transform our lives, our bodies, and get away from what we've been through, which was, some trying times. But the trying times help us see what we don't like, to know what we do like. So you can actually recreate yourself. And today, I'm talking about a clean start, but really, it's a 4-part series because there's 4 aspects of having a clean start. And we wanted to start today with a clean and simple diet, because really you're made up of the foods you eat. And so that's why I thought I would start the series with this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to share my screen. And as I share it, please chime in with any questions that you have or comments that you have, because really I don't want to be a talking head. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your questions and your comments so that we can actually learn from this training. Okay, so I'm going to, here we go. So we are going to have a fresh start for 2022, and I really want you to get excited because you can have what you want, and the choice is really yours. And what you're going to want to do is find, mentors or coaches to actually help you get what you want, because they've done it most likely, and you're going to get there quicker, faster, as you know, than if you're trying to do it yourself. Because really, how's it going so far? You're probably not where you want to go. And so that's why I'm really excited that you're on this call, because I've been doing this for a really long time, and I'm really happy to share what works and what doesn't work so that you can get your results quicker, faster. So what you're going to learn today is the theme is really about how we're going to fire up your fat loss, because most people over the holidays, tend to move less and eat more. And then the weight or the fat starts to pile up. And before you know it, you have this belly fat, or you have this fat around your hips that you're not really happy with. And New Year is the time to really take stock of where you're at, not to judge, but to know, where you're at and be realistic and go, okay, well, no, I'm actually going to do it this time. All right. But really, we're going to do it and we're going to keep it. So the clean and simple diet that I'm going to speak with you today is going to definitely fire up fat loss. Okay, so you'll get that. Second thing it's going to do, and what you'll learn today, it's going to help tone up your muscles. Because yeah, we could lose fat, but you don't want to just be a stick. You want to have some shape to you. And so toning up your muscles means having that beautiful shape that you like, that where you feel strong again. So that you'll learn how to do that. And then also, you're also going to learn how to detox so that you feel clean and lean. So this would be like a flat stomach, because really, if you're toxic, you've likely got this, like the belly fat, but also you just don't feel very clean. You wake up likely without the energy that you're looking for, or you have fuzzy head, or you have pain around the body. You're just not really where you want to go. Well, we know detox is a big part of you getting to where you want to go. So yeah, so we're going to learn these things today. So again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to chime in, but if you don't, I'm going to keep going. Okay, so what I do want to share with you is my personal story. So I haven't always been fit and healthy. I was fit my whole life, but I was fit and unhealthy. And I actually had an advanced aging disease when I was really young, at the age of 32. And the reason for that is because I would enjoy life and do things and have fun, but I didn't eat properly. The diet was the missing piece. And so because I wasn't eating properly, I wasn't building my body up to be strong. I was breaking it down. Well, I ended up with a severe osteoporosis. So like my bones were brittle. At the time, they're supposed to be the strongest. Plus, I wasn't able to have any children because my menstrual cycle was so messed up. So those are 2 really, really important things when you're at 32. So I had to really take stock of why this was happening and how I could fix it. And what you're going to learn today is kind of what I did so that you can start to follow these principles, and let me share with you that it works. So I went from an advanced aging disease at 32, where the doctors were recommending medication to fix me up, which was nice. You know, that's what they knew, which I never took. I did it all natural, to very fit and healthy over 50. So I have to say I'm the healthiest and fittest I've ever been. And I'm 50, I think I'm 54 now. So this is living proof that it works. The other thing is I've been doing this for a couple decades now, and I've seen the transformation remarkable with clients over the years, that you are guaranteed success if you follow these principles. So again, get excited, okay? And I do want to share the reasons why most health seekers, I call them health seekers because you're looking to optimize your health, why they're struggling to with their diet. And you know, the first reason why I see most health seekers struggle with their diet is it's too complicated. There are so many different diets out there. I mean, if you think about it, you know, there's keto, there's paleo, there's raw food, there's vegetarian, there's vegan, there's Mediterranean. There's so many out there. I don't even know all the new ones yet, but vegan, you know, I guess vegan would be the most popular right now, plant-based. But really, you know, how do you know which one works for you? And how do you know even how long to follow it? And how do you know even how to do it? So I can see it being very complicated. And if it's complicated, it's really hard to actually follow and stay on it. So the second reason why I see health seekers really fail to have a good diet and stay on it and get their health back is they're looking to solve their health problem. And they're doing it with these fad diets or a next shiny object like a supplement, but really, and health problem as in, I have chronic inflammation, I have weight gain, I am tired, I have low thyroid, I have food cravings. Does this sound like you? I have hormone imbalances, I'm in menopause, I have hot flashes. What is my quick fix? So I can see how that could be a real struggle, not realizing, you know, which diet to follow and how to even follow it, or if it's the right one for you. So they're looking to solve it quickly, but really, is it the right diet for you? And the third reason why I find health seekers struggle with trying to find their best diet is they actually think they need to do it alone. And you get to this place for some people where there's no support around them, and they start to get depressed because they're not eating properly, and they start to feel alone. And that is a recipe for disaster because it's not working, and we're actually not meant to be alone. So those are the three reasons that I see. Well, we're here to solve that. That's why you're watching this training. And what I want to present to you is what worked for me and what's worked for others, which is the clean and simple diet. And this will be for 2022. So this is like an updated version to where it was before, because we are updated and we have different needs than we did before. And so what I want to share with you is I'm going to share with you exactly how you're going to go from being overwhelmed, being alone and not reaching your health goals, to getting in the best health and shape of your life, eating foods you love. So yes, it is possible. And I'm going to show you how right now. It's going to start with 3 simple steps. So the first step is we need to go from overcomplicated to very simple, because really getting healthy is actually extremely simple, and we overcomplicate it, and that's where the problem is, and we give up. Okay. So here's how my little simple message to you is: just eat 80% whole foods. That's the first step. It's that simple. So what I mean by that is foods from nature. So foods grown from the environment, ideally not sprayed. And if you want to take it further, you can go with organic, but really just make sure they're not sprayed and local, because they're less costly than trying to seek organic all the time. And why I say non-sprayed is because sprayed food is not clean. And if you eat sprayed food, which is sprayed with chemicals, then you're putting toxins in your body. And over time, you're going to gain the weight. You're going to wonder why you can't lose the weight. You're going to wonder why you have brain fog. You're going to wonder why you don't have the energy that you want. You're actually eating chemicals, and the body it's artificial to the body. So you're going to feel artificial. So if you want to feel clean and lean and a human, then you want to eat natural foods grown from the environment. If you don't know what they are, I have a picture on the screen, but really go to a farmer's market. That's where they are. Or if you're at a grocery store, it's in the refrigerator section, or the aisle where all the fruits and vegetables are and the meats. That's where you want to go. You want to kind of avoid, well, you want to eat 80% of what I've just described. So here, getting clean and simple diet is really just getting back to whole foods. And it may seem simple, but take stock of what you have. Do you have 80% whole foods already in your home? Or are they maybe 50-50 or a different percentage? But really be realistic, okay? So just have a look at that. That's your first step. Second step is we want to have 20% fun foods because this is not like food prison. No, we want to enjoy some of those, treats that we personally like. So for example, chocolate or bread, or if you like wine, or if you like muffins, certain candies, I don't know, but whatever it is, 20%, go to town. Because really when you do, then you are not deprived, and you will stay on your whole food plan, your clean and simple plan, because you know that you can have 20% of your fun foods. One thing that I want to have a caveat is if you have autoimmune, then it's a different story. Or if you have, what I mean by that is if you have these fun foods that are actually triggering your inflammation and you haven't gotten better, then really you need to do like 100% clean until you fix it, and then you can start to have these fun foods. Okay, but at least you can have the fun foods later. Just do the work now, and you will enjoy the benefits forever after. So that's where the coach or the practitioner comes in 100%. So to do that alone, that's a failed approach. So if someone here is watching this and they have autoimmune, or they have a severe, health condition, please reach out to me, because I'd be happy to help you fix that and keep it fixed. Okay, so that you can be fit and healthy for life. But if you don't, you're just someone who's seeking good health, and you're looking to clean up your diet and look and feel 10 years younger, then hey, go to town, 20% fun foods. So just do that. So step two, step one really was most of our foods are going to be whole foods, 20% are going to be the fun foods. Okay. So step two is, now that we know that, let's really take stock of clean out your cupboards. I am really serious about this. I mean, take stock. Hey, it's the beginning of the year. I want you to look in your fridge. I want you to look in your cupboards, and I want you to look in your pantry, like physically do that. And again, like with the eyes of, say, a nutritionist, like what really is there? Okay. And so take a look at that. And what I want you to do is like spend 3 hours, find a Sunday and do that, or even a Saturday, whatever works for you, but really schedule the time and don't get interrupted. That is your time. That's your appointment to yourself. And because before we start to eat whole foods, we actually need to clean out. We need to clean our bodies with the good foods. Okay. We need to do this first, so that you can make space for the whole food, so that they actually do absorb into your bodies. Because if you're full of toxins, the nutrition really won't get in, and you need this to feel great and lose the weight, or build the muscle, or wake up with energy and have good brain function. We have to start by cleaning our bodies. Let's get rid of the junk. Okay. So we're going to take stock. Great. The second thing you're going to do with taking the stock is, the next step is you give the foods that you're not going to eat to the food bank. At least someone's having some that will keep them alive. I mean, honestly, some food is better than nothing, and we can survive on anything. So at least you feel good about, you're not throwing it in the garbage. You're actually taking it and to the food bank, where children at least have a chance to get through their whatever they're getting through, and then later in life, hopefully they turn around and they have better success. But give it to the food bank. That'll make you feel good. Okay, so that's again another cleansing thing. And then what I want you to do is the third kind of part to this is I want you to refill your fridge, your cupboards, and your pantry with these whole foods. Okay, again, where do you find them? Go to the farmer's market or the grocery store and look for fruits and vegetables and meats and fish and eggs, the whole foods, not the packaged ones that are in the aisles that are in packages that have all these chemicals that allow them to be preserved, which you will be preserved too, and you're not going to feel so good. So we'll have 20% of those, but we're going to have most of our foods whole foods. Okay. Step 3. So here we talked about that. But before I get into step 3, I'm actually going to go back to this whole food picture. And you're cleaning up the cupboards, you're getting your whole foods. Well, what are you going to do with the whole foods? You bring them home and you put them in your cupboards, and it's like, well, I need some help with how to make them full of flavor, because what do I do with broccoli? Like, what do I do with fish? What do I do with squash? What do I do with these whole ingredients that I got at the farmer's market if I don't even know how to cook? Well, I'm going to give you some tips right now. Okay, I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to give you some tips right now that is actually really going to transform these whole food meals into delicious foods that are even better than going to a restaurant. Okay. And the reason why I'm going to share this is because I struggled myself and I wanted to get into this healthy eating, but really I didn't even know how to cook. I had no idea how to cook, but I wanted to cook. And so, but I wanted to enjoy my foods, because for so long I didn't enjoy my foods. I actually starved myself to try and be a certain shape. So now I love food so much, but I needed help with trying to find the foods with good flavor. So here's what I do that now works. I'm telling you, this is like decades of figuring this out. You're going to get it right now. I'm saving you decades of time. Okay. So the first thing that I highly recommend is, why don't you just keep it easy and simple. If you're going to have any animal products, like if you're going to have fish, or if you're going to have chicken, or if you're going to have fish or chicken, turkey, even ground beef, any kind of animal products, you're going to want to just put it in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and some water. That's all you have to do. And then all you need to do really is just add a little bit of salt. Salt is going to bring out the flavor. So make sure that you do add salt to all your that. And then what I want you to do is, these are the 3 herbs and the 3 spices that I find when you mix these together, you can't help but have a delicious meal. Okay. So let's talk about the 3 herbs first. So the first herb that I recommend that you put into the pan with your olive oil and your salt before you put your animal products in there, which is the fish and everything, is oregano. So ground oregano, that will chicken. It goes so well with chicken. It goes so well with turkey. It goes incredibly delicious with salmon, and of course the ground beef. And so always make sure that you add oregano. And for me, I do, a good heaping teaspoon to a tablespoon. Like I'd say a teaspoon. So a teaspoon of ground oregano, that will make everything taste delicious. So the second one that I recommend you do, and this would be something you may not have thought of, but I've discovered it makes everything taste delicious. Second one is cumin. So that's not an herb, but anyways, we're going to talk about cumin. So cumin is a spice, and it just adds this depth, because quite often your foods don't taste good because they don't have that deep flavor. Well, cumin will add that, and I would do half a teaspoon, not a full teaspoon, but half a teaspoon. That goes really well with all those foods I've just mentioned to you. Okay, and then the third one that I recommend you do, and I highly recommend you do this, and that is rosemary. So rosemary is delicious. It's going to be incredible with your chicken, your turkey, your salmon, your beef. So here you have just oregano, you have cumin, and you have rosemary. Rosemary, I would do a teaspoon again. Not only are you adding flavor with those 3 ingredients, you actually are really supporting detoxification. Why do I say that? Because oregano is a natural, we call it antimicrobial. It cleans out all the bad bugs from the gut. Okay, so that's really good because you're cleaning the body out of the hoodlums. The rosemary is extremely important for the liver. So your liver is a main organ of detoxification. You want to make sure that's clean. Why not eat foods that will help clean you out? That's rosemary. And then the cumin really helps with digestion. Okay, and so that way you're not accumulating the toxins, you're allowing for good stools, good urine, you've got good digestion going on, and you have good energy by doing that. So those three are really, really important. I've given you the amounts and I've given you the three. Now, the spices. What I really like is a bit of heat to this. So you can use cayenne, you can use paprika. My favorite is smoked paprika. It gives more depth. We were talking about depth. It gives more depth. It gives a smoky flavor. And again, it's going to go really well with all those meats and the fish and poultry and everything. In fact, I put them in my eggs. So these are really good for scrambled eggs as well, these flavors. So the thing with the heat is you just want a tiny bit. You don't want a lot like the herbs we were talking about and the cumin. You just want a tiny bit, but you're going to want to put that in. Otherwise your food won't taste as good. It won't. So cayenne, paprika, you could do chili powder if you want, but really cayenne and paprika or smoked paprika are the gold standard. Okay. So try that, just a smidge of that. Okay. And the other ingredient that I highly, highly recommend that you put into this is lemon or lime. So what we're going to do is we're going to always put them in our meals because it adds the sweetness. So here we've got the other ingredients, which are kind of savory. We've got a bit of heat. Now we have a bit of sweet, but we're not, adding GMO sugar. We're adding like a fruit, lemon or lime. And if you squeeze that in, it's actually really good for your liver as well. It's going to clean you out. So I like lemon with my my chicken, and I like lemon with my salmon. Okay, where I use the lime, it's for the beef, or you can use lime for anything, but really beef really does really well with lime and not so much lemon. Okay, and then what I do with that also is I do add a little bit, just a little bit more sweetener, and I use coconut sugar or a little bit of maple syrup. So that's what I do. And then what I do is we add avocado, because you want to give it some texture now. And so here we've given the spices that you can put into the oil. You make your meats, you cook it up, and then when you put it in your bowl with your veggies, you're going to want to add some avocado, okay? Because that gives it a different texture, like it's creamy, instead of adding mayonnaise, which is yucky, or other things which aren't good. Avocado is going to help it make. And how much? I would do 1/4 of an avocado at a time. So you can put that in. It's going to give it so much more texture. If you're okay with garlic, a lot of people aren't, but if you are, you can put some crushed garlic in there. That's really, really good. And a bit of pepper. But really, if you just use that kind of simple way to transform your meals, you're gonna love your meals more. When it comes to vegetables, a simple way to make your vegetables is same. It's not change. It's just going to take less time, because the animal products or the meat or the seafood, it takes a while to cook, right? But the vegetables, they don't take very long to cook. You can use the same seasoning. So here you are, you're repurposing that same ingredients into your veggies. If you're new to stir frying or steaming vegetables, when you look at your groceries and you see that you have onions, always start with onions first. That's always the golden rule before you have any other vegetables, because they're going to take a little bit longer to cook. So you're just going to start with sauteing or even steaming your chopped up vegetables. Onions. The onions always you start with those for maybe a few minutes. Then you can throw in your other vegetables, and really they don't take very long to cook. Your meals may not taste good because you're overcooking your vegetables. You just want them just slightly cooked, just a bit still crunchy. Otherwise, it won't taste good. Okay, so those are some really good tips to bring out the flavor of your whole foods. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. And I'm going to talk about, so we've talked about step 1, which is eat simply, which is whole foods, 80% whole foods, 20% fun foods. Then we talked about cleaning out your cupboards. I deviated a bit about making your foods taste delicious. Now I'm going to go to step 3. So step 3 is, you don't need to do this alone. Be part of a community, because really we're meant to be with other people. And if you are truly interested in, improving your health and getting fit and healthy, or losing some weight, or toning up, or detoxifying, then first of all, get interested in it and find other people that are doing it. And second of all, be part of the group, because when you do, it's going to give you the support you need to stay on your plan. Otherwise, it's so easy to fall off. Because of all the bad habits you've had in the past. Like, that is an uphill battle, and nobody should actually have to go through that. And that's also not fun. Like, that's not a fun way to live. And we're not designed to be alone. The other thing, when you're part of a community or other people doing the same, you will have accountability, which means that they'll all be doing the same thing as you. And so you can find an accountability partner, or at least you know that you're there in it to win it. And so you know that if they're doing it, you're going to do it. And so you don't even have to have an accountability partner. Your coach could be your accountability partner. I mean, that would be really a smart thing to do, but really just be in a group of others doing the same. And you will find your success will be easy, plus it'll be a lot more fun. Okay. I think we need more fun in 2022. There's been so much trauma and so much fear that we actually need to turn this around and have a lot of fun, because we're designed to have fun. Okay. So that's what it does. It helps you have more fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with the question. You've learned how to eat clean and simply. It's way easier than you think it is. And I've gone through all that, but really, if you want to take it to the next step, I've got you started. If you want to take it to the next step and you want to go from, oh my God, what's the best diet for me? I feel so overwhelmed, or, oh my gosh, I'm by myself. I have no support at home and I just can't seem to do it by myself, or I live by myself. And if you're searching for the right diet for you with a crystal clear path, then I actually have a program that's coming up, and it's a Slim, Strong, and Sexy program, and it's 12 weeks, and I've run it before and I've had a lot of success. So you have guaranteed success, and it's designed for only women who want to lose 5 to 20 pounds in just 12 weeks without giving up their favorite foods like bread or chocolate, or any kind of favorite foods or wine, so that they can live confidently, have more fun, and be slim, strong, and sexy forever. So if this is resonating for you, then I encourage you, if you're looking for a solution, please book a 30-minute strategy call. What I will do is I will actually help you get clear on what's holding you back, because it may not be what your neighbor's holding back, but actually what's holding you back. Okay. And so this will be just one-on-one, you and I, 30 minutes. It's only for women who are actively looking for help to reach their ideal weight. Okay, so that means losing 5 to 20 pounds, and looking for some accountability. And all you need is like an hour a week with me. And this is the program that I have. If you're actively looking, please book a strategy call. And I want to thank you so much for joining today. And I look forward to hearing more questions and comments as you watch this video. I know a lot of people are working. That's fine. At least I've got the video for you to watch at a later time. And again, reach out to me if you're actively looking for support. And I hope I've really helped today. And I want to wish you a prosperous, healthy, and happy 2022, because it is possible. You just got to decide. Thank you very much. And we will see you next week on Wellness Wednesday with Michelle, where I'm going to actually be diving into fitness for wellness. Okay, we'll see you next time.